Alrighty, welcome everybody. I'm going to be walking through how to create an Epic Tip Sheets agent using the Microsoft Agent Builder tool as well as SharePoint. So a lot of our health and life science organizations have Epic Tip Sheets saved in SharePoint document libraries. These tip sheets are essentially typically PDFs that go over kind of ways to add notes and kind of navigate through the Epic interface. So this agent is built to pull from those tip sheets so that frontline staff is not having to kind of dig through the various different PDFs in order to kind of navigate that interface and really just kind of get all the instructions in one place through that agent. Alrighty, so the first thing you're going to need is you are going to need those Epic Tip Sheets already loaded into a document library on SharePoint. You're going to want to make sure anyone building or using the agent also has permissions to that SharePoint document library because, as you know, agents and Copilot, they assume the permissions of the user that is using that agent. So if they don't have access to the document library, they're not going to be able to use that agent, right? Alrighty, so once that is squared away, you're going to want to go over to Copilot. Now, if you don't have the Copilot app on your desktop, no worries. You can get to it by going to m365copilot.com. It's really important to go to M365Copilot, not just copilot.com, because M365 Copilot will take you to the enterprise version of Copilot. You may be prompted to log in. Make sure to log in with your work credentials so you have those enterprise grade tools like the agent building experience as well as the SharePoint integrations. So in order to use and build this agent, you're also going to need an M365 Copilot Premium license. You can look down at the bottom here and see what you have. You'll see Premium. If you don't see this, make sure you have the flyout window popped out. And from there, we're going to be able to go ahead and create an agent. So you can go to this agent section here and select new agent. All right, the agent builder experience has populated. You can configure the agent directly in here. You can manually add the name, description, the instructions for the agent, but I like to actually start over here in the describe section. And I like to get the agent builder experience kind of going by describing what type of agent I want to build in my own words, and then kind of popping over to the configure tab to finish everything out. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in the description for this agent builder into the prompt box below. Alrighty, I have pasted in my description. Feel free to take a screenshot if you would like to use these in your own description, but essentially we just let the agent know that, hey, this is an agent for frontline staff. They may even be accessing this agent on their mobile phone. Try not to reference the documents too much. They won't want to have to open them up. Note, a lot of these documents are screenshots of the interface, so it's important to describe things they are clicking on in regards to location on the screen, whether it's a bubble, toggle, button, or tab, etc. Really make sure you are painting a picture of where on the screen they go to next. Speak to them as if you are their mentor sitting next to them and they're having a hard time finding the next place to go in the interface, right? Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and send this off to Copilot to begin configuring the agent. Copilot is now processing this request and kind of deciding, what is this agent's name going to be? What are the instructions that we're going to give this agent to? What are maybe some starter prompts that we can build out? Alrighty, so it's gone ahead and let me know that it has created the agent. So I'm going to go pop over to the configure tab and see what it has put in here. So we have a clinical workflow guide, a description here. It's pre-populated all of these great instructions for us. Interaction examples. You should see a green button, submit, etc., etc. So it looks like it kind of gathered those instructions pretty well based on our description. Now we need to scroll down to this knowledge section. So this is important. This is how we're going to instruct the agent to actually find the tip sheets. So you can go to the URL at the document library where those tip sheets live, copy the URL, and go ahead and just paste it in. Hit enter, and you will now see the SharePoint Epic Tip Sheets document library in this knowledge source section. So we're going to go ahead and also toggle only use specified sources. This is going to ensure that the agent is only pulling from the sources that we have in this Epic Tip Sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and select create after that. And I'm going to go to agent. And here we are. We can say, how to add a note. And it's going to go ahead and start pulling information in from that document library and instructing us through the Epic interface. Alrighty. Here's how to add a note in Epic, etc., etc. Awesome. So if you want to pin the agent, you can pin it over here. If you want to share the agent, you can share it using this. If you need to find that agent again, you can go to all agents and you'll see it under your agents. Here it is. I hope this was helpful. Have a great day.